Morning, I'm back. So today we're going to do the 5 Tibetans in yoga. This is, there's a small book and you can't see it very well. It's a very thin book and it is a group of poses, exercises that you put together, 5 of them, hence 5 Tibetans, and it's from, guess where, Tibet. Sorry, my humour is really basic. And so the 5 Tibetans was found, actually, in the 1930s, 1937 actually found by a British Army officer, which always, tickles my fancy. He found these monks doing this particular ritual, exercises, poses, whatever you want to call it, and you do it every morning if you can, or whenever you can fit it in the morning. This is really to build up that metabolism, really get your mojo working. It is supposed to bring the elixir of life. And these monks were really quite old. And so it proved to this British Army officer that they needed to bring it back to civilization and tell everybody about it. So that's what this small book is about. It's 5 exercises we put together. We do, supposedly in the book, it says 21 times of each exercise, which is great when you know how to do them and you've built up that energy. You have to be quite fit to suddenly do 21 straight away. So today we're going to do some, or depending, I think we'll do probably 9, because I like to move in 3s in yoga. We have body, mind, spirit, or body, mind, breath, whatever it is. We tend to move in 3s, so 9 or 12 or 15. So I thought we'd do 9, and if we're still together and we're not puffed, we might do a couple more. What I would suggest, if you like this, you can either buy the book or get online. There's the 5 Tibetans online, and I've mentioned this in my classes. There are these 3 young guys who are doing it, and it's a little more rigorous than I do it. It's really quite fun just to watch it, the 5 Tibetans. Anyway, so doing the poses or exercises allows us to build up strength over time. So then you can build from, maybe start at 6 if it's too much, then continue to 9 after a couple of weeks, and then go on and on until you can do 21. Eventually, if you build up slowly and you watch what you're doing on your body, you can do 21 in about 10 minutes, which sounds quite, a lot of exercise in a short space of time. But once you get used to the exercises, you can go through quite quickly. You do have to watch your form, just like I like to teach in yoga. We want to look after our alignment in yoga. So we don't want to do them so quickly that we take our bodies out of alignment. So the 5 Tibetans, okay, we're going to try it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, as I would say. It's up and down a lot, because that's what revs up our metabolism, revs up our system. So the up and down, that's why you wouldn't really want to do this at night, unless you're a night owl and you have to go to work at night. That would be great. It's really a first thing in the morning type of thing to get everything going. So before we do those exercises, I just want to warm up a little bit like normal in a normal yoga class. And then I will actually do, for the people who don't know it, I'm going to do 1 exercise of each, so you can see what you're going to do. And then you can turn me off if you don't want to do it. I hope you don't do that, but I just want you to be aware of what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to sit really quietly now, just like we normally do, and do a little bit of centering. It's called centering. You just want to bring everything into your heart center. We want to try and close those eyes if possible, and take time to breathe. Listening to your breath. Let those eyes close if you can, please, because then you don't have that peripheral vision that can get distracted, especially at home. If you've got families at home, allow yourself to find that quiet, that calm. Breathing, if possible, from the belly. And if you're, again, not used to that, hand on your belly, As you inhale, we're going to expand that belly into your hand. As you exhale, we're going to draw the belly back in a little bit. It's not a big movement. Right about where your thumb is your diaphragm. And that's doing a lot of the work. So let's see if we can extend this breath gradually. Building up that oxygen in your lungs. Really using and fully inflating your lungs. It's so important we don't think about it because we breathe subconsciously. But when we breathe consciously, we allow that breath to extend right through into the lungs, into your cells, into your brain, bringing energy. You know the Ujjayi breath, that gentle whisper breath, please use it. Soften those shoulders while you're doing this. Palms up for energy, palms down for calming. Whatever feels best for you today. We're all going through these very trying times. We're trying to stay positive. Let's bring that positivity in with your breath. And let go of all that negativity as you exhale. There is light at the end of the tunnel. At the moment, it's really difficult. We're stuck in the tunnel. But we will see that light very soon. The more we stay positive, the more we stay supportive, we'll soon see that light. Let's take another long, deep breath, please. As you exhale, let's take our right ear comfortably to the right shoulder. We're trying to let go of those shoulders. They move down and slightly back. We're trying to maintain the abdominal muscle a little bit to protect the spine that is lifting tall. Now, I want us to go a little deeper into the stretch in the neck on the left if it's comfortable for you. If it's not, just stay here. But if you can, bring this right hand to the left ear and just very gently coax it. Don't pull. We're not straining, forcing, pushing in yoga. Have to listen to our bodies. What is going on right now? Slowly release the hand. When you're ready, take a big breath and turn the chin to that right shoulder. As we exhale, we're going to drop the chin slightly downwards. All we're doing is opening this neck. A little bit of upper back. Slowly inhale, turn the ear back to the shoulder, slight lift of the chin. Taking a long, deep, conscious breath. Bring that head back to center. Let's try it on the other side, being very aware this side could be tight. Exhaling left. Please try and keep these eyes closed. You can feel more. You connect more with the eyes closed. I know some of you might not find it comfortable. So just slightly open your eyes if you have to. It's called a soft gaze. If you can, and it's comfortable, pick up this left hand to the right ear. Carefully draw it over. You want to stretch. You do not want to strain. Deep breaths. Very slowly release that hand. Take a big breath again and turn the chin around to the left. As you exhale, drop the chin down a little bit. Still listening to your breath. Inhale, a slight rotation, bring the ear back. Lift the chin a little bit. Breathe deeply. Just take inside how you're feeling right now in this present moment. Keep thinking how you're feeling. Inhale, lift the head back up to center. Exhale, drop the chin down to the chest. Take your hands behind your head, interlace the fingers, if you can, behind your head. And try not to push the head down, let's just open the back of the neck a little bit more. If it's comfortable, we're going to massage the back of that neck. I would say massage, but you say massage. Potato, potato. I do not say potato. There we are. Thumbs going up to the base of the neck, please. And then out to the sides. We want a little bit of pressure, just so we feel a nice massage in that neck. It's up to you how much. This actually can help prevent light tension headaches. I put the emphasis on light. We're not looking of anything else, but sometimes we can just catch them before they turn into full-blown headaches if we have this massage. And if you've got somebody at home to help you do it, even better. Okay, let's take a nice deep breath. Come back to center. And then, we're going to engage those abs a little bit, please. Inhale, lift up. Open those arms back as far as you can comfortably. Exhale down. Let's do that again. Really deep breath. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Release the hands, take them forward. Let's take our chin forward. We're going to open and close the mouth. I want to get that stretch at the front of the neck, please. It doesn't put pressure on that cervical spine, which is a good thing. We're going to open and close, as I said. Do it 7 times because we have energy centers, the chakras in Sanskrit. Sanskrit being the Indo-European language of yoga. 5,000 years old, as we all know. Anyway, so we're going to open and close the mouth, draw that jaw forward to get the stretch, and visualize where I'm calling out and the color so that you feel open through those chakras or energy centers. First one, right at the perineum, red. Second, sacrum, orange. Third, solar plexus near your belly button, yellow. Fourth, heart, green. 5, throat, blue. Third eye between the brow, indigo or purple. And the crown chakra, violet, can also be white. Let's roll our shoulders back, and I would like us to stay here one more moment because I'd like to do the Dirja breath. I do this in class. This is where we're trying to get all the air in we possibly can, right to maximize those lungs. They're really full, and then push all that air out really slowly in one breath if you can, to get rid of that air right at the bottom of the lungs. Stale air sometimes builds up, believe it or not. Let's do it at our own level and pace. Don't overdo. Open your eyes. Excellent. Excuse me. Arms up, stretch. Let's take our hands together, bring them over our heads, pull it back down, open really wide with that chest, and bring our arms down. Let's do it again. All the way up. Bend the elbows over the head. Bring the palms together, push it out, down, and release. One more time. Inhale up. Exhale, right behind. Open that chest. And down. Good job. Okay, an easy twist to your right. We're going to allow ourselves, though, before we twist, we're going to ascertain how our back feels today. Then we're going to lift from the sides of the waist, rotate very gently, not leaning back, if you remember. Let's try and bring that hand in to the foot if you're sitting like this. If you're sitting in cross-legged, easy pose, then just bring the hand closer into the buttocks. Let's see if we can drop that shoulder and stay here for 3 breaths, please. Again, conscious breaths. Noting how you feel right now. Bring it back. That's what yoga's all about, the awareness of the body right now, in the present moment. Let's take ourselves back and round. Deep breath. Let's do it again. Soften those shoulders. Excellent. Come back, just realign that spine. Let's come forward. Reminding you, we're not trying necessarily to get our head all the way down the floor. I just want to lengthen through that spine, please. If you can, yes, reach your fingers a little further. Let's get the stretch. Gently come up. Cool. Let's roll the shoulders big time. I do like to exaggerate it with comfort. But I do like to exaggerate a little bit so you really get a full range of motion, as it's called. Wrong. Forward. Feel it open. If it's cracking, popping, it should be okay, as long as I hope it doesn't hurt. Sometimes we feel that. Okay, let's come off our tush or knees, turn ourselves round, move the equipment if you're sitting on it, just move it. You can use the blanket, of course, or depending how your knees are, wherever you're doing this. If you're doing it on hard floor, that could be very, very firm, so you do need some support for that, probably. Okay, let's do our back. We know we work our back a lot in yoga, because that's the whole point, opening the spine. Toes can go on the mat if you want to, or they can be released. Inhale, nice big one into cow. Exhale, trying to round from that sacrum first into cat, tucking the chin, engaging those abs. Continue, please. Let's do one more of each, please. Be comfortable. Come back to neutral spinal table. Okay, so we're going to gently release any toes and take our right arm out. We're trying not to lock this left elbow. If you find you're locking, just a rotation inwards slightly will help. We're going to reach out and then extend that left leg out and try not to lift that left hip or buns. Let's see if we can get ourselves level. It means drawing your abdominal muscles in a little bit more to get that stability. Soften those shoulders, please. Flex your foot if you need to. Gives a little bit more energy in that leg, in those muscles. And release. Bring it back slowly. Be comfortable. Don't rush doing yoga. Here we go. Left arm, right leg. Again, we're not lifting this hip or buttocks. We're trying to stay level, engaging those abs, lifting from the center. Try not to lock that right elbow. Flex your foot if you want a little bit more. We're listening to our breath because we're breathing. And slowly release. Bring the big toes to touch if you can. Widen your knees. Extend your arms out into devotional pose. And I've said this many times, but I do like to repeat it because I don't want the head in fresh air. If you're new at this and you're very tight through the knees or hips, which is possible, that's why you're doing it, then you may need to bring your hands, make a fist under your forehead. If that still doesn't feel comfortable, you can bring, if you have a brick or big dictionary under your forehead or a blanket, so that your head is supported. You won't ever relax if your head's in fresher air. Take deep breaths here, please. Can you creep those fingers slightly forward without moving the body? Good. Come back up. Bring those knees in a little bit. I'm going to come back to table. So the knees are back under the hips, hands or fist. If your wrists are a bit tight today, turn your palms in and make a fist, and that protects your wrists a little bit. Okay, so we're going to take our right arm out again, and left leg, same thing, it's this extended cat, but this time we're going to do a little bit of work. We're going to drop down to this left elbow, lifting your left leg up. Yes, you've got some balance, so work that tummy, look forward. Then we're going to pull back up. So yeah, we need a little bit of energy through those belly buttons. Take it down. This is a variation of sunbird. Come back up. We're going to take it down, hold it. We're going to bend this left knee, push the heel up to the ceiling, and breathe. If you want to, and comfortable, you can bring your hand round to come down into a sort of modified bow, and then lift up from there into the full upward bow. And release. Let's try the other side, please. And of course, by all means, rest if you need that little bit of rest in between. Take a breath. Left arm, tummy lifting, right leg, just like we did, extended cat. Drop down to your right elbow. Pull back up. You'll have one side you'll find much easier than the other. That's okay. Keeping things balanced. And down. The leg doesn't have to come up high, just get it off the ground and lift back up. If you have to help yourself get it back, it's okay. You'll get there eventually. Come on down, hold it. If you can and want to, bend this right knee. If you don't want to, stay where you are. Good. And then if you want a little bit more, you can bring this hand round into a modified upward bow and lift back up into upward bow. Lift your rib. Breathe. Trying to keep them level. Release back this time, and let's do devotional pose again. Sitting back, head supported, please, with something, and creep those fingers a little further forward. Deep belly breaths, 3 big ones. Good, come forward. Hands forward. Tummy and shirt should be covered because you'll get cold, and come down. We're going to take our hands behind us. Palms. Head is down for all of you. I'm going to lift my head so you can hear me because I want just 3 flying locusts. But let's do it slowly. Allow yourself to push your hips into the ground. You're lifting your belly button, please. Okay, here we go. We're going to lift our head and chest off the floor just a little bit. Now, if your back's tight today, you may have to be very gentle and not come up very much, and release. Inhale up. Make sure the hips, buns, tummy working. Lift your right leg and your left leg. See how it feels. If it's too much, just alternate the legs. And come slowly down with the legs, chest and head. Tummy working. Let's pull it in. Head, chest, legs. Now try the arms. So here we're in flying locust, and we can bring our hands together if we feel comfortable. If you need to drop your legs because of it, do so. You need to drop your head, do so. Bring your hands clasped together. Take your hands over your backside. Really push downwards and draw your shoulder blades in, and you can come into Yoga Mudra in the pose. Flying locust. Breathe. Your tummy is still working very firmly. You're listening to your breath. You come out of the pose when you need to. Let's take one more big breath, please. Release the hands, the legs, the arms, chest, and head. Turn your head to the right. I should suggest taking glasses off if you're wearing them. If you can, while we're here, if it's comfortable, bring your big toes to touch and let your heels drop open. It's more relaxing, but also creates an energy circle. Come back, turn yourself round to the left, let go. Good. Hands under your shoulders. Big push up. Sit back. Devotional pose, please. So when we were doing locust pose, stay where you are. Stay where you are. When we're doing locust pose, we were extending the spine, meaning we're arching. Now we're trying to round the spine into flexion. So we always need to compensate both sides of the spine. Let your hands come down by your feet if it's comfortable now in child's pose. You can drop your shoulders forward, and you can turn your head again if it's comfortable, because it really lets go of those shoulders. Deep breaths. Come on, belly breaths if you can, please. Turn the other way, please. Good, come forward again. Put your glasses back on. So now we're taking our hands forward a good 3, maybe a little bit more than 3 feet away from those knees. You're going to push down very firmly with those toes. Lift your buns in the air. Draw yourself back. Walk your feet in a little bit. We're trying, yes, to get those heels down if we can. Some of us are tight in our hamstrings or backs, and we might have to bend the knees. That's okay. But just try and get backwards with that body. Okay, we're going to bend this right knee and push down with that left heel, and we're not coming forward. We're trying to stay back with that body. Lift your belly, feel your calf stretch, and release. Let's try the other side. Feeling that stretch in your calf is so important. Good, let's do it again. Tummy working. Excellent, let's do it again. Okay, I'd like to do one more each side, please. Trying to get the best stretch we can. Last time. Switch. Excellent. Now take your right knee into your chest. Take this leg under your body to the left. Feels very awkward sometimes, especially if you haven't done it before. Do your best. Of course, then you can turn and lift your left arm up if you want a bit more, or you can stay here. Come back slowly. Downward facing dog. Pull backwards. You might have trouble doing it this side, we'll see. Take yourself across. Oh no, it's okay. With that left leg under your right thigh, as far as you can. Make sure you're comfortable. Use your tummy. Breathe. And if you want more, you're just going to lift up with that right arm. You need to just pay attention to how your body feels today. Come back. Downward facing dog. Drop to your knees. Yeah, one more devotional pose, please. Come forward. Toes on the mat. Bend your knees. Drop yourself forward into ragdoll. Now this is where we want the whole of the body to come forward and over the front of your foot. So you really feel a release through your back. If you're sitting back too much in your heels, you won't feel that release. So come as far forward as you can. The knees are still bent. If you want to hang there with your elbows, just hang on to something. Now if your back's tight, please don't hang there. Just put your elbows on your knees to support you. We've got to protect our backs, please. Good. Hands on the knees, slowly come up to standing. Good, shake things out. Let's grab some water. Excellent. Okay, so yes, now we're going to try the 5 Tibetans, okay? I will show you after I blow my nose. You know me and my nose and my cough. So after I do this, I will show you one exercise of each. Now, the first one is controversial, okay, especially as we age. We do not like spinning, and I do understand that. I don't like it because I don't do this enough. I should do this more often. Once you get used to the spinning part, it's a piece of cake. It's just that we're not, used to it anymore. We don't spin. And fun fairs were never my fun thing anyway, but that's another story. All right, so I'm going to do one of each, and the breath is different, all right, which I will show you just slightly. I want you to be comfortable doing every one of these, and I will show a little bit of modification if you have to. Now, again, I'm repeating myself, but if you don't like spinning, it really is very uncomfortable, makes you dizzy, then allow yourself to close your eyes while we're spinning and visualize yourself spinning. Now, that sounds a bit out there, but it really does work. Visualize yourself spinning, all right? All right, so I'm going to do this, all right? We always stand our feet just slightly less than the hip width, or close to hip width. The hands are on the hips. and I might take this off because it might be easier for you to see what's going on also. And I think we're going to get warmer. Trust me, it has a cardio effect. All right. So the hands are on the hips, drawing the belly in, drawing the shoulders back. And you don't have to join me now. I'm just going to do this one of each exercise. You can if you want. All right, so we take our breath in through the nose, which is a really good thing because we have cilia in there that really helps control all the moisture and all the nasties. So breathe in through the nose and out through a circle in the mouth. So you really will need that after the spinning. Trust me, you really want to get that air in. Big gulps of air. All right, so we do 2 of those. So between each exercise, we do 2 breaths. Okay? So, all right, we always turn to the right. Now, if you have been a dancer or you're a dancer, you can do the spin and spot. The spot and spin, or whatever it is. But if you're not, then look at the middle finger and just focus on that middle finger as you spin. All right, so we're going to do 1. As I said, I'm just looking at that finger, and that's 1 spin, all right? Hands back on the hips and 2 breaths. Come on, get that air in, especially after the spinning, you'll notice it. And I come down on the floor, so again, it's up and down a lot, all right? You can take your time if you have trouble with this. We're coming down on the floor, I think you can see me. Hands under your buttocks, just to help your back. Head down. Engaging the tummy. If comfortable, we're going to lift the legs up and the head up towards the knees. Legs are straight, soft knee, and then we're going to exhale down. Now, if you've got a bad back, it's not going to work very well. So bend your knees a little bit, okay? Don't hurt your back. Exhale up. So you're obviously going to work the abs now. Take it down. So then we come up. I did 1.5 exercises there. I forgot to just got to do 1 of each. 2 big breaths. The next one, the third one, is hands on the upper thigh into the buttocks, just as support. Now this looks, just forget that one for a moment, this looks a little bit like camel pose, all right? But it's not, it's a little different. As I said, they're all a little bit different. There's definitely yoga tendencies, but they're a bit different. Okay, so we're going to lift up. As we lift up, I want us to really squeeze these buns, lift your belly, zip it up, and open those hip flexors. So we're going to take a big inhale. As we exhale, we slightly release and drop the chin down. That's 1 exercise. Okay, coming back up, 2 big breaths. And then number 4, come down again. Hands are going to be behind, right by the side of your buttocks. This is like staff pose, all right? Because you're pushing comfortably down into the ground to just lengthen the spine, lift the belly, and drop your shoulders. All right? The legs are strong. Those calves are trying to push down into the ground. We're going to bend the knees. That's the first movement. This is the second movement, coming up into reverse table. All right? And then you come down and do it again. All right, here we go. 2 big breaths. Last exercise, pose, asana, whatever you want to call it, is light coming up into cobra, well, actually up dog, and then coming back into a form of down dog, all right, but on our tippy toes. So watch carefully, please. If you've got a bad back, you're going to have to modify by dropping the knees, and I'll show you. So we start on our tummy, hands under the shoulders, draw your elbows in, toes are on the mat, because you're going to push yourself up here, all right? So up dog is on the top of our feet. This is on our toes. Now this doesn't work for everybody, so if that's uncomfortable, just drop your knees. And then we're going to pull back, just like downward dog, but instead of putting our heels down, we're going to keep the heels lifted, still pulling back. Okay? So that's 1 exercise. That's number 5. Inhale. Through the mouth. 1 more. Okay, so I'm going to get some water. If you've been doing it with me, you might need some water. Okay, so if you feel comfortable, let's do it, all right? Okay, let me put the stopwatch on. We don't want to do it too long. All right, so here we go. I think we'll do 9. See how you get on. You can always do less and just watch, but I want us to do a certain number so you get that feeling of the energy flow, the movement up and down. Again, listen to what your body tells you. Okay, starting. Here we go. I'm going to move my mat because it's slightly out of alignment. All right. Feet hip width apart or just less. 2 big breaths. Really work that diaphragm. Okay, 9 going now. I'll count it for you. 1, 2. You don't have to go fast. You can pick this up once you get used to them. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Don't forget those 2 big breaths. You'll need it. You'll feel dizzy. 9. Big breaths. You feel a bit wobbly coming down the floor. It's okay. It'll be fine. Come on down. Woohoo! All right. So we're coming all the way down. Full length. Hands on the butt just to help your back. Here we go. Exhale up. Head to knees if you can. Legs straight or soft knees. That's 2. Tummy working, please. This is 3. Nice and easy. This is 4. This is 5. This is 6. This is 7. This is 8. You should be feeling it in your tummy a bit. This is 9. Okay, cross your ankles. Roll up without touching the floor if you can. Just a little bit of practice. 2 big breaths. If you're a bit slow getting off the floor, that's okay. You can catch us up with the breath. Okay, we're coming down to our knees, remember? This sort of camel variation. Okay, so the hands just top of the thighs into the buttocks, toes on the mat, about hip width. Pull that belly and zip it up and squeeze these buns to open up these hip flexors. Here we go. Relax your shoulders. Big inhale. Lift the head a bit if it's comfortable. Exhale, drop the chin. 2. 3. You can breathe any which way you want to now. But it's nice to use this inhale through the nose and exhale out. 5. 6. 7. Squeezing, squeezing. 8. 9. Back to the breaths. 2 big breaths. 10. Down to the floor, sitting in staff pose. Hands by our hips, okay? A little bit of firm pressure through those hips to lengthen the spine, drop your shoulders, lengthen those legs. And every time we do this, don't just flump down. Try and really lift tall through that spine and push those legs down. Ready? Okay, this is 1.5 and 1. And down. Push those legs out. Lift that chest. 2. Push it down. 3. Push it out. 4. Push it out. 5. Push it out. 6. Push it out. 7. You can do this. 8. 9. Excellent. cross, come up. Big breath. 2 big breaths. Uh-oh, my mat is going to skew. Last one. Coming down. Start on your tummy. Keep your elbows in. All the way down. Just realised I've got the mouse on here. Hope you can see me. There we go. Not a mouse. The digital mouse. All right. Just suddenly thought I said, elbows in, tummy working, toes on the mat. Here we go. Lift up, pull back comfortably. And forward, you can arch the spine or drop your knees. Please be comfortable. Exhale, this is 2. Arch the spine if you can. 3. Working. 4. Pull back. 5. Pull back. Pull that belly in. 6. Pull back. 7. Pull back. 8. Pull back. 9. Pull back. Come down to your knees. I like to finish here on this particular exercise, just so we round the back. We've been doing a lot of that up and down. So just let's stay here, breath. And then move back. To finish with 2 breaths, please. So that was 9, and it only took us a short time, 6 minutes. So that's 9. Obviously, you know, it will take longer as you're learning it to begin with. But after a while, you'll be able to do them. Just roll them off, making sure your alignment is good. Okay, so we've got time just to do a couple more, if we can. What do you think? I know nobody's talking to me, but we're going to do 6 more. Then that will make 15 that we've done. See? Piece of cake. All right, here we go. Starting again. If you don't want to join us, tough. If you don't want to join us, you don't have to. Deep breath in. You know my humour, most of you. Do it again. Here goes the spinning. I know you don't like it. Just try it nice and slow. Here we go. 1. 2. Eventually, we'll make this quicker. 3. But it's nice to do it slow just to build it up. 4. 5. 6. Big breaths, big breaths. Good. Down on the floor. Remember the up and downing. Here we go. Hands under the buttocks. Protect your back. Lift the legs up as your head comes up. Exhale and down. If your back's feeling tight, bend your knees, please. Exhale up. Bring it back down. Exhale up. Bring her down. Exhale up. That's 4. This is a piece of cake. 5. Good. 1 more. 6. Excellent. Bend the knees. Roll up. Try not to touch the floor. Just a little challenge for yourself. 2 big breaths. Good. Down on your knees. Remember, you can always use a blanket if you have to for your knees. Hands, buttocks, and thighs. Squeeze forward with those buns, please. Drop your shoulders. Lift your chest a bit. This is supposed to open that heart center. Inhale. Lift a little bit. Exhale as much as you can. Exhale. That's 1. 2. 3. Squeeze, squeeze. 4. 5. 6. Roll it back up. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Do it again. Good. Let's do it. Down on the floor again. Up and down. You can see how it revs things up. You wouldn't want to do this at night, as I said. Hands by your sides. I want to get that really strong feeling each time you come back from lifting your buns. Here we go. This is 1 or half and 1. You might have noticed, keep going, that every exercise has 2 components. Yes, of course. 3, just makes it a bit more interesting. 4, 5, 6. Excellent. Roll up, let's do it. Big breaths, we've got the last one coming up. How are you feeling? If you're getting really tired, then don't do it. Because I want you to be comfortable. There's no point in straining or just working through something that doesn't feel good. That's not yoga. All the way down, here we go. Toes on the mat, elbows in. Big push on those hands. Lift up into a form of up dog. And then lift those buns and pull back. Good, that's 1. Tummy working. That's 2. Please drop your knees if your back's tight. Don't lift so much. That's 3. Exhale back. 4. Inhale. Exhale back. 5. 6. Drop your knees. Still quick devotional pose. Deep breath. Standing up to finish. 2 big breaths. Okay, grab some water. So those 2 sets, 15, took us 11 minutes. So think about it. It doesn't take very long. We went really slowly. You can pick that up a bit more once you get used to the exercises. Grab some water, please. Okay, so the one thing you might have noticed, it didn't have any balance. What a shame. It is to me anyway. We need to balance. Our balance goes downhill from at the age of 13 onwards. Yeah, I'm sorry, but it does. We need to make sure we're doing balance. Okay, it's a component of yoga. So, grab a brick. Not a house brick, but you could, I suppose. Dictionary book, big cushion, even a chair you could put here. Because we're going to come into balancing half moon, all right? You can use the brick or not. So with a brick, you're going to put that brick to the left side, just at the edge of the mat, or the right side, or depending which one you prefer to do first. And we're just going to come back and stand in mountain pose. Now, mountain pose is a fabulous place just to regroup. So if you do get tired in any of the poses, you can just stand and be quiet and get that lift through your spine to bring that energy back. Deep belly breaths, hands by our sides. Let's just close our eyes for 3 breaths here, please. Just bring ourselves back, conscious breathing. Noticing how you're feeling right now. Really connect. Good. All right, step out into 5-pointed star. This is too narrow, all right? A lot of people think this is wide legs. It's not. We want to get wide because we want stability, okay? So we're going to turn our bodies just to get into the pose into warrior 2 pose. Now look, if you can see your arms, we probably can't because I've got a mirror, but try not to have one arm down and one arm up. We're trying. Palms up or down. It all depends on your shoulders of the day. Either or is fine, okay? Then we're going to take this left arm, I'm going to bring it down to the floor, all right? That brick is too far away at the moment. So bring the brick in, or your hand, or your, wherever you want to be, or you can just put your hand on the mat. The arm goes up, all right? But before we do that, let's take ourselves round into a lunge, and then we feel more comfortable lifting that arm. Because we're going to lift the leg first. Toes are going to slowly turn towards me, okay? And then we're going to see if we can lift up with this arm, this right arm. So if you've got this hand on a brick, stay where you are, try and get balance. If you've got your hand on your brick, try and let it be about 10 inches away from your foot. Look at your foot. They want to start turning forward. Try and keep it in line, all right? If you want to bring it down to the floor, please do. Then if you can turn and place your head in front of me. That would be great. Breathe. Tummy working. You've been there a little longer than me, so let's release back. Take yourself down slowly into a lunge. Drop that knee and let's just open these hip flexors for a moment because they get so tight. So we're just squeezing forward. We did this in one of the exercises, so that's good. Good, come back, around. If you've got a brick, bring it with you. And we're going to come forward, plant our feet comfortably in line with each other. Don't have one foot. Bring your hands to your thighs to lift up. Push your buttocks back into wide angle. Hands on the brick, on the floor, or leave them on your thighs if it's too low. Okay? I'm going to go side to side just to open these legs a little bit. Good. Then we're going to turn around to lunge on your right. We're going to bring that brick if you need it, or dictionary, or whatever you've got. All right? And try and bring it. So if your foot here, the toes are here, we want about 10 inches. All right? We don't want it right here. We want it further away. It's a better position. All right, we're turning ourselves. We're going to lift this left leg up now. Come up if you can with this left hand. Watch your foot. Open this left hip. Squeeze that right buttock. Stay here if it's comfortable. If you want to, you can turn your head. Okay? Up to you. It's up to you all the way of how much you do. You can even leave your hand here and do a form of needle pose. You're still balancing. Hold it. Breathing. Softening those shoulders. You can even smile, and I'm going to fall a bit. Turning my head. I wasn't pulling my tummy and muscles in. It's tummy and eyes. Very slowly. Step back. Come all the way down. So you're in a lunge, but that knee is pulled back a smidge to open up these hip flexors. So we're slightly moving forward with those buns, just a bit to open those hip flexors. Good. Now we're going to come to the step and all the way down to the mat. Well done. Balance is not fun. Trust me, I know. All right. So we're going to come all the way down. If you've got any equipment, be careful. All the way down to the mat. We're going to hug those knees into the chest, side to side. So we did some abs earlier in the 5 Tibetans, so we don't have to worry about that. Now you can choose to go a bit deeper in the next pose. This is going to be a bridge pose. Bridge pose is allowing our spine to move forward, our buttocks to move forward a bit, and open up that pelvis, also reversal of blood flow. So we're going to start with our palms up, tucking our chin a smidge. We're going to ground down very gently with that spine into the mat. The feet are hip width apart, and we're going to squeeze those buns off the floor. Now some of you have got bricks, dictionaries, or blankets or pillows you can put under your buttocks if you want to support the bridge, supported bridge. Otherwise this is just normal bridge. And we're squeezing those buns up, but also forward to open that pelvis. Breathe. If you want to do more, you can. Lift a leg if you like. A lot of you have done this so many times, but we're just taking a moment to quiet that mind, soften the facial muscles, and invert the body. Listen to your breath, please. Connect back to the body. Notice how you're feeling as you're doing this pose. Any reason it feels uncomfortable, you know to come out of the pose. Ever so slow, we're going to come out now, but we're going to take a breath first. As you exhale now, just bring that spine ever so slowly, then your waistband, then your buttocks. Protect that spine. Hands under the hamstrings, side to side. Ease out that back. Good, take your head up through wide knees, flex your feet. Hold it here for a moment, still breathing. and release. Take your knees to the right. Take your arms, both of them across to the left, if it's comfortable for your shoulder. If not, you can take your right arm out in line with your shoulder. Sage twist variation. Now, if you want a little bit more out of this pose, if it feels really good through your back, you can tuck your left leg under your right knee. Now, that rotates you more, so please be careful of your back. Your head is turning left. You're listening to your breath, and it should be very comfortable here now. Should be no strain whatsoever. And as you exhale, I want you to think of really releasing the body down into the earth. Let it go. Come back to center. Switching sides. Again, if you want to tuck that right leg under your left knee, be careful of your back. Turn your head right and let go every time you exhale. Come back to center. Just twisted the spine. I want to realign it to assert forward. Hands under the hamstrings. Widen those knees. Take your head back up 2 more times. Exhaling up if you can. Inhale back 1 more time. And release. It is time to rest in Shavasana, the most important pose of yoga. So if you're right here, then and you're comfortable, just widen your legs a little bit. Turn your feet out. Your knees out, your hips out, really work quite wide and then let them all go. Palms up, tuck your chin a bit, put something under your head. You know how to be comfortable. If you've got any issues with your back, you're going to bend your knees, put the feet at the edge of the mat and draw your knees together like a tripod. That just tilts the pelvis a bit more and releases the low back. Or you can grab a blanket or brick and put it under your thighs, okay, like this. Make it quite high, into it like a sausage. But let those hips and knees and legs fall open, so you get complete release. Deep breaths, please. Just bringing yourself back to your breath if your mind's busy. Excuse me. Very slowly start to think about coming back into the room. You could stay here as long as you want, of course. Wiggle your toes and fingers. Start to stretch those legs away from your arms. Arms above your head if you can. Get a really good stretch to slight engagement with those abs. And release. And then one at a time, bring those knees in. Give them a hug. Head up through wide knees, please. Release the head and just wander the knees side to side, or even do little circles for those hips and low back. Just be comfortable. Repeating it on the other side, of course. Turning yourself to the right. When you're ready, support your head in the crook of the right arm and just stay there a moment. Noticing how you're feeling right now. Just staying a bit longer, listening to that breath. Good. When you're ready, push down on that left hand and come up to a seated position. Whichever feels best for you, please be comfortable. Finishing with 2 mudras. Mudras are hand gestures, seals of energy. The first one, behind the back, grabbing that opposite hand with the dominant wrist. This is the mudra of balance. Bring the body back to balance. Comfortably come forward, listen to your back. Trying to release the head, lower the heart. To release the ego, slowly lift up. Nice deep breath. Hands to the heart. Thumbs gently resting against your breastbone. Anjali mudra, sealing all the benefit of this morning and this yoga session. Really deep breath. Think about those loved ones maybe that are not near you. Get in touch. Tell them you love them. Be supportive. Namaste. Peace in our hearts, peace in our minds, and all peace and peace. And please check the other 5 Tibetans out. You'll giggle because it goes so fast and so quick. And when they do that camel variation, they arch back so back. It's amazing. Just have fun with it. And I do hope that you can utilize this. This is the whole point. If you can keep going with this, gradually building it up, don't rush to do 21. If you did this every morning, you will feel just tremendous. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.